Big topic hits the ballot in November. Recreational marijuana, it's medically approved here in Missouri. And over the last year and a half, you've seen these dispensaries popping up.
A lot of them.
They're all over, right?
Yeah.
And so now there's some states, I think there's 13 states already, recreational legal is going to hit the ballot in November. So 2 questions for you, Chris. How do you feel about recreational marijuana in the state of Missouri? And 2, what do you think the chances are that it passes?
Well, from the polls that they've taken early on, it looks like nobody really knows where the polls are. One poll will say no, another poll will say yes. I think it's going to pass just because that seems to be the trend lately of it passing. I personally am not for recreational marijuana. I just think, why do we want more people inebriated on the roads?
Right.
We talk about how bad drunken driving is, and it's terrible, it's a bad thing. Why do we want more of that? Why do we want another stumbling block for our kids? They call this a gateway drug, marijuana, a gateway drug that leads to worse stuff. If that is the case, then why are we opening that door to worse stuff? I understand the medical marijuana. I understand that people in pain, and that's a way to alleviate that pain and help those people. I'm all for that. I think the recreational part of it is going a little too far. And the recreational marijuana people always say, well, why is that worse than alcohol? Well, it's not necessarily worse than alcohol, but you want more of a bad thing? So that's just kind of my view of that.
I always wonder too, because you mentioned, the inebriated vehicle. Down here at the lake especially, not supposed to be able to drive drunk. Doesn't really stop people from doing so. They say 1 in every 3 cars on the road, someone's under the influence behind the wheel of the car.
I never heard that. That's
on top
amazing.
of that, for kids, if they want, especially now, whether it's vape devices, those are illegal for them to get. We know that kids have those.
Oh, yeah.
1 in every 2 kids in your high school, locally, whether it's Osage or Camden, has one of those disposable vape pens. And so I don't think the legal or illegal makes a difference whether people utilize it. I think what it does is it allows the law enforcement to maybe put their focuses towards bigger issues. And I think the revenue to be created for the city and the state and the federal government off of the sales tax for marijuana would be massive. And right now it's all being done under the table if it's recreational, because obviously you can't get away with it. So there's pros and there's cons, but I'm with you. I do think it passes. My question is, Lake area, how do you guys feel about recreational marijuana? Do you guys think that it should pass, and why? Or do you think that, like you said, Uncle Chris, no, let's not take it this next step. Let's just keep it medicinally where we know there's some benefits, but let's not go recreational. If that's the way you feel, fine. Tell us, and tell us why down in the comments below. And if you're watching the show on TV, go to our Facebook page. You'll see this story cut separately because we're interested to know what our community thinks.
Absolutely.
I know both sides of the ticket. I can see the pros. I can see the cons. And so we're interested about what you guys think out there.